Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, this joint is a disaster. I can tell you that right now. Holy cow. But we got the pillow done. And I don't think we can ask for much more than that. So we're going to get stuff put back together and then start. And as you come on, tell me who you are and where you're from. My glasses. Always so crooked. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Okay. Get our bearings a little bit here. I mentioned, hi Madeline. I mentioned yesterday, dads are golfing. Dads are probably golfing. The golf course yesterday was across the street from us, was pretty quiet. And today it's not so quiet. It's pretty busy. Anyway, Minnie took the cap to my can yesterday. And I think it's in the other room. Oh, well. And I think I'm going to be a good girl. And while I'm sitting here, I think I'm going to wind. Oh, I guess I don't know why I took it out of the machine. I think while I'm doing this, I think I'll wind. Talk about getting your stuff together. Hi, Laura. Hello, hello. Anyway, we got the pillow done. The pillow was a great success. It was a good success. There's a couple things I would do differently, but we'll leave that for the next one. And that's okay. Okay, so I got to unwind this bobbin, so I may as well do that while we're chatting. So what are you working on? Did Steve love it? He did. He was really surprised when it actually came together. There's actually a pillow. I would do, and I'd have to go back to the original little video that I saw on it, which was kind of different because she didn't do it with ties. I think I would do the heart a little bit smaller. There's something sticking up. I think that I would do the heart a little bit smaller because once you get it on the pillow, oh, you guys are sweet. Once you get it on the pillow, just the natural curve of the pillow, the bottom point of it kind of gets tucked under a little bit on the pillow. But other than that, I was really pleased with it. Father's Day, Steve. And we are working on, I am working on an actual pattern. I had 3 or 4 people that asked if there was, so we're working on that. We'll let you know on that. And now, because I was a bit inspired, I wonder if I could use this bobbin now. I think it was just the end of it that was a little bit weird. It went on the spool really weird. So we're going to see if we can't use it. We'll see if it'll work. Okay. Oh, this is the one from the machine. Okay. Let's put that back in there. So I'm not going to be on too long today, only because Steve wants to go to the golf shop, the PGA Superstore. And we want to do that now because it's going to start raining. And we want to come back and hi, Alex. No, Jennifer. Yes. I always get Alex and Jennifer mixed up. This is Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. So he wants to go to the golf shop. So I want to do that. We're going to do that. And then we want to come back so that we can watch the rest of the US Open, which has been quite the event, I will say. And it's going to rain later. So I want to come back and just kind of relax. And oh my God. That book, that Patterson book, The Writer, go buy it. Get it on Kindle, whatever you got to do. So good. I had a really hard time last night. I had to force myself to go to sleep. And then here's my other problem. I know you want me to sell. I'm getting there. Here's the other problem. I don't tend to sleep all the way through the night. I'm going to save this little scrap because I haven't really done this much in the past. What in the... There's stuff under here. Can buy me a barbecue ribs for lunch. Oh, he sent me a super chat. Oh, we can do super chats now. Aw. That's cool. But I'm not buying. You can buy lunch. I'm not buying lunch. Yes, we are. So we're going to the PGA Superstore. There's stuff under the machine, and now something just dropped. We're going to the PGA Superstore because he wanted to do that for Father's Day, and we haven't been out there in a bit. And then we are going to Mission Barbecue. So shout out to Mission Barbecue in Lady Lake, I think. If you don't have a Mission Barbecue near you, or you haven't been to one, super good and super supportive of your focus needs focus. My focus needs a lot of focus this morning. They are huge supporters of the armed services, armed forces, the military, and first responders, and all that kind of good stuff. And so, and they have really good barbecue. It's good food. Good food. Yeah, I gotta clean this room up this afternoon. I have all these tie pieces over here. I was gonna work on the sampler quilt today, but it's so buried over there. By the time I bury it out, and yeah, when I got up this morning, I was reading my book. What I was saying was, I don't sleep through the night. Good Lord knows I wish I could, but I don't tend to sleep through the night. And so sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I have to force myself to go back to sleep. And not like get out my phone, or last night I would have just started reading my book. But I'm telling you right now, this book by Patterson and J.D. Barker, it's good. I'm having a hard time putting it down. Okay, now I can at least see the table. So this week we are going to really only work on two things. We're going to work on the 3,000 1-inch strips. Oh my God. 3,000. Mag Ox. Oh. Mag Ox. I'm going to send myself a message. Because, yeah. Anyway. And sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do because I don't want to wake everybody else up. But by the same token, then if you start doing stuff, that just makes you more awake. Okay. So we're going to work on 2 projects on Amazon. Okay. We're going to work on 2 projects this week. We're going to finish the bunnies. Not bunnies. We're not doing bunnies. There's no, but please don't send me messages asking about the bunnies quilt. There's no bunnies. I meant butterflies. Which is also a little bit buried right now. So we're going to work on the butterflies, and we are going to work on, I got to get this done. I've had this fabric in here. I talked about it yesterday. I've had this fabric in here for ages. Wow, that's really handy, isn't it? Just a second. I just had an idea. I'm going to save this little board. Did you see how, so I got this, I got this at Walmart. Actual John Deere logo. And this is a yard. Yeah, it's a yard. So, and it was wrapped really perfectly on this. This is really heavy board. But you could wrap it on here and put a rubber band around it. My problem with the, for those of you that use the, like the, I think they're like for comic books or for magazines, that cardstock for those. My issue with those is that they're big. You know, it's 8.5 by 11. And if you've got a smaller piece of fabric, it's hard to get it around that thing. So, gosh, we're going to save this. Okay. So, this is what I have to work with, a yard. And my first thought was, so this is the shape of the, sorry. This is the shape of the tractor bar. So it rounds out. What are the dimensions? I don't know. I wrap around my 6.5 by 24 inch ruler. It's a good idea too. I thought I had the dimensions, but I don't. So thirsty. I don't know that a yard's going to be big enough. I may need another yard. And here was my thought. And maybe what I'll do is, I don't know. I think I need to think this out a little bit. Because, so we want to do something that kind of wraps around or attaches to this bar, this roll bar thing that goes around the tractor, because it will keep the sun off the back of his, like off of his neck and his back and his head. But I have to have a way to attach it. And I thought, so I got small grommets because I could grommet, I could have grommets on each side. So imagine this. I could have grommets on this side, this side, and this side, right? Like every 6 or 8 inches. And then this could go, I could Velcro it on there too. The Velcro would pull less. I was thinking if I had the grommets on here, here, and here, those ring grommets, and then you could do like a small bungee from here around to this side on the inside, and then this would kind of basically wrap around the bar. But it's going to have to be on there pretty tight, and this is not really thick fabric. It's not like duck fabric or whatever. So, but I hadn't thought about Velcro. Okay, so we need the measurements, and then we need to figure out how we're going to attach this. And then here's my other dilemma. It's not waterproof. It's not waterproof. So my fear is not that it will get wet, because if it gets wet, it'll dry. But my fear is it's going to get nasty. It's going to get, it's just going to break the fabric down. So we're going to work on this project. Hello, happy Father's Day to Steve and all the dads. You can buy water. Oh, stick that one back. Water. So one, we may need, I know what she was going to say. Like a waterproofing spray. I bet you that's what Madeline's typing. I think I may need another yard. So we're going to work on that this week. And then we are going to get the butterflies done. And for those of you so patiently waiting, let's talk about the petals. You could spray it with a waterproof product. I think so too. I hadn't thought of that until Madeline and Sandra just started saying that. I bet you I could just spray it. I wonder if that stuff will really work. I mean, I guess if I treated it well enough, right? Okay, that's an idea. Okay, now, I mentioned a few weeks ago a pattern that I really, really liked called Scattered Leaves that we're going to do later this year, closer to fall, maybe August, maybe for my birthday month, we'll do that one, Scattered Leaves. It's such a pretty pattern. And I have been watching it. I've had it for so long. It sits up on my board. And I've started it and stopped it and anyway. But I think I really want it in more fall type colors. And I had started it in this pattern, which is really cool. It's really funky and fresh. They use it on shoes. Oh, the spray. Okay. I think we'll try that. So what do we need for this? What do we need for this tractor project? We need a pencil. We need measurements, because then we'll know if we're going to need more fabric. But I think we're going to need more fabric anyway, just because it's pretty thin. It's pretty light. One more yard of fabric and a waterproof spray. You have to spray it again occasionally. Well, that's okay. Here's my thing. I don't care. I'm not looking for this to last the rest of, his life. But I don't mind redoing it, but I'd prefer not to have to redo it sooner than maybe once a year or once every 2 years. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to do it. I don't want in 2 or 3 weeks for this thing to be just demolished. So, okay, back to this. So the Scattered Leaves project is going to be like the petals project. I'll give everybody plenty of notice. We'll get ready to do it. We'll have links for everything and blah, blah, blah. We'll get our fabrics together, but that's going to be later in the year. And I don't think I want to do it in this fabric anymore. I think I'm changing my mind. So the other day, this was in a box under my table, and a bunch of stuff fell off because I had forgotten about this fabric, and a bunch of stuff had fallen off the box. And guess what was poking up, just staring at me? This fabric. And I thought to myself, because I still haven't found, this is terrible. Some of you guys are already ready to go, and I'm not. I still haven't found the fabric I wanted to use for my petals quilt. Hey, I'm wondering on that spray. God, we had quite the thunderstorm last night. I'll tell you what, it shook the windows. I thought the windows were going to break. It thundered hard last night. Minnie was not impressed. Anyway, the seat on Steve's tractor is just because it's out in the rain and it's out in the sun and it's out in the rain and then it just, it just has gotten, it's just disintegrated. So I need to get a new seat cover, not the seat cover. I wonder if I sprayed it with that stuff, I wonder if that would help because it didn't seem that cover that we bought, which wasn't cheap, seemed to only last maybe 18 months, maybe a little longer than a year. And it literally, the fabric just disintegrated and the stuffing's just, it's awful. And it's just because of the elements here, we get so much, when the sun's out, it's beating. And when it rains, it's beating. Scotch Guard, yeah. Okay, I think we're going to try that. Okay, focus. So this was poking out at me, and I thought, oh my God, they're flowers. That would be good for the petals quilt. And so I think this is what I'm going to use for the petals quilt. I'm resisting the urge, like Madeline, like we've talked about. I'm resisting the urge to go and get new stuff. And I'm settling into using the really pretty stuff that I have. Okay, where's the pattern? Hold on, talk amongst yourselves. Here's my design board. Oh, here's some of my sampler quilt stuff. We got to work on that tomorrow. Here it is. Okay, sampler quilt goes over there. Okay, vintage daisy. I forget. Let's just see. We'll count this out and then we'll 32 print squares. So we need 32. We need 32. Oh. So anyway, this is the pattern. I don't have the it's been so long since I've had this opened. I don't have the name of the fabric, this pattern anymore. But I think this is what I want to use for the petals. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit more wild than what I had imagined, but I didn't want something that was really muted again because I already did that. Right there. How weird is that? It's nowhere where right. In real life, I'm pointing at the wall, but I'm actually pointing at the petals quilt. Okay, so like that's some of it. And then it's got this little tiny stuff, which I really like. So we need 32. So 2. And I'm going to start by kind of pulling out the stuff that's not necessarily thank you, Sandra. That's not necessarily my favorite, like this geometric one. We'll put those to the side because I don't know that we're going to, hopefully we won't need them because they're not my favorite. 2, 4, 5. Wow, look how cool that one was. I forgot how that one's cool. She's probably going back in. And like this one, 6. Oh no. 7. Here's the only dilemma. I don't know that I'm going to have enough squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. 10. Is that cool? 11. Okay, we're at 11. My patterns are crazy. That was what made me think of it, was Madeline had said that she was doing a really crazy pattern for her petals. And I was trying to figure out, and I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through flower type patterns. And, layer cakes aren't cheap. And so I was just I just hadn't really landed on anything. And literally all of a sudden this was just looking at me. The only dilemma that I'm going to have is I've got to find a background. I've got to find something. Now, originally for the scattered leaves pattern, I was using this, which I love. I mean, I just love this fabric. And I don't remember the name of it. I'd have to Google it again. I think I got it at Joann's. And again, this was the kind of thing that I should have bought a bolt. Because I don't think I have more of it. And I certainly don't have enough to do 16-inch squares. 16-inch squares. 3.5 yards. Thank you. I don't have to look it up. We're gonna have to buy it. We're gonna have to go and buy the background, because I don't have. I think we can all agree that I don't have 3.5 yards of anything. Sorry, I don't. I mean, I have 3.5 yards, but it would all be different. Thank you, whatever. Okay, we said 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Oh my God. 19. 20. Okay, 20. Look how cool that one is. 21. 22. Oh my God, I think we're gonna have enough. 23, 24, 25. Okay, 25. So now let's go back. These will do, huh? 26, 27. 28. 29 and 30. God, I love this one. What the heck? 31. Actually, no. You're overthinking it, Angela. Just pick 2 squares. Okay, I think I already have that one in there twice. So let's just make sure real quick. Oh, I guess not. Okay, let's just do these 2. Again, we'll repeat those 2. The only reason I didn't include this or this is because even the stuff that isn't like a flower doesn't feel quite, these feel a little out of place. Hi, Alex. Use stripe for circles if you have to. That's a very good idea too. So maybe we'll just keep these kind of on the table while we're doing the laying it out. And speak, Angela, speak. Yeah. Okay. So we'll leave this here with us because it could be used as for the circles. Of course, that being said, no, let's not complicate things. Okay. So I have my fabrics now for my petals quilt. Yahoo! And next weekend, we are going to, by next weekend, we'll be done with so you're going to have to bear with me. If you're new to the channel or if you've just joined us, we're going to finish the butterflies quilt. So we're going to try and get all the aspects done, the last 2 rows of the butterflies quilt, get it assembled, get at least the quilt top done. We're going to figure out the John Deere oh, you probably can't find the Zoom ID code because we are changing. Oh, light blue or lavender for the background squares. Oh. Okay, I am going to get these organized and put them in a Ziploc bag and stick them in my purse. Because otherwise, what ends up happening is I end up at Michael's, or not Michael's. Oh, did somebody hear that? I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that Michael's actually acquired the inventory of Joann's. Would that be nice? At least we have a place to go buy it. Anyway, because I end up in the store and I'm trying to remember by memory if something will go with it. So it is true. How cool is that? I've always thought it was weird that Michael's didn't. Of course, their stores, most of their stores are not big enough. I don't know where they'd shove it, but I always thought it was weird that they didn't have fabric. Maybe that was the deal: is that Joann's would have the fabric, but at least there's something. That's just my opinion. Okay. That's what 4 graphic design of BA nerds. Wow, that's amazing, Madeline. I didn't know that. And that is true. I do not have a very good eye sometimes for figuring out, for seeing down the road what will work. So I think we're going to look at a light blue or a lavender and see what we like for that as a background, as opposed to like a cream. Okay. So they bought the rights to carry the brands that were at Joann's. standalone stores. Maybe this will come to fruition. Would that be? Oh my God. Okay. The Zoom ID code. So we're still working through it. So for the time being, Wednesday nights and Sundays are YouTube lives. And the reason is we're trying to be able so that if somebody comes on Zoom or comes on YouTube or comes on Facebook or whatever, that they can all see the same live. But we've been having issues with it. There have been technical, don't ask, I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't do that kind of stuff. So until we get that worked out, we are on YouTube Live because everybody can do YouTube Live and it's pretty easy. So when we get that worked out, figured out, we'll let you guys know. Okay. Where are they going to put it? I tell you what, the Michaels that we had in California and the Michaels that we have here near me, you couldn't put a bolt of fabric, let alone half a dozen aisles. Dubravka, hello from Canada. And thank you for your sweet message. Thank you to all of you guys. I just remember her little doggy's face and her Canadian flag. But everybody has been so kind with your comments about the pillow. It was a great success. It was a great success. It was. She really liked it. And it was a great success to do and see the things that I would do a little bit differently. I'd make the heart a little bit smaller. I'd take some of the stuffing out of the ties. And I think that would make the zigzag stitch sit down better. And you'd be able to see the bottom of the heart. But other than that, I was pleased. Okay, so for those of you that just came on, I'll recap what we've done today. And then I'm going to boogie. My boogie shoes. And boogie boogie. 10 points to anybody who knows who sang that song. If you can tell from the way that I sang it, you get 20 points. Anyway. We are going to go out and do a little something for Father's Day. And then come back. We're going to have Mission Barbecue. I also put a tri-tip. I marinated a tri-tip. It was a bit of a pricey tri-tip. It was big. It was bigger, and I didn't hit any sale at all on meat this weekend. But I don't know if we're going to do that one tonight or tomorrow. But my whole Casey and the Sunshine Band actually was the Bee Gees. Just Steve Love was awesome pillow. He does love it. Be right back. Need more coffee. You need a lot of coffee for this show. It doesn't sound like it was the Bee Gees. Not the way I sing it. Bee Gees were my favorite. My mom and I, when I was growing up, used to listen to the Bee Gees in her Ford Capri on 8-track in the car. An 8-track in the car. An 8-track in the car. And I thought she was the bomb. I still think my mom is the bomb. But I'll tell you what, that car was definitely the bomb. I mean, it had an 8-track in it. Please. Okay, so this is the fabric that I'm using for my petals quilt. I don't know the name of it. I will try and figure out the name of it. I've had it for a while. I was using it for another project, but I have changed my mind because I think, like, look at that. How adorable, those little tiny. don't know, like African violets or pansies or all kind of little tiny flowers in there. Adorable. And then there's like bigger stuff like this. Like that. Fun stuff. So this week we're going to get the canopy done for the John Deere tractor. We are going to thank you. We are going to wrap up the butterflies quilt. And next weekend, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Excuse me. We are going to, at very least, get the heat and bond on our squares. So if you're doing the petals quilt, get your fabrics together, because next weekend we're going to start. Okay, we're going to get the heat and bond on, which takes me a little bit. So get your heat and bond and get your fabric. We'll start there. Then we'll start tracing, and I'll show you how I did them all on one. I did all my petals and circles for the center of the petal, the center of the flower. I did it all on one 10-inch square. I had a feeling, man. There are a couple of people who have been just dying to start this project. I'm so excited. Did you do the Christmas wall hanging in your room? I did. I did that one. And that actually got so much attention. And I actually forgot that it was hanging behind me. And there it is. And couldn't wait. I know you couldn't wait, Madeline. That's good because you're ahead of it, because the heat and bond thing is kind of boring, and it takes. Ready to cut mine out. Holy cow, Laura, too. Is there a video? There is a video. There's a couple of videos on the Christmas tree, and we will do another Christmas tree. We did. Okay, so that was the first one I did long before I was on YouTube. This last Christmas, we did. Everybody was like, do another Christmas tree. Do another Christmas tree. So I did another one, and I will pull it out for you guys this week. Holy cow! I didn't realize that Casey and the Sunshine Band did it too. Okay, anyway. So at Christmas time, we did another Christmas tree. Because everybody was asking about it, so I did another one. And then this, which I wasn't as excited about. It came out cute, but I wasn't as excited about it. We are going to do another one this Christmas. And we will do a video and a pattern to go together for that. We're going to do a pattern to go with the tie heart pillow, if you guys really like that one. And then there will be a video series on the petals quilt. So don't get bored on the petals quilt on me, because it will be probably 10 different videos, and we'll work on it on the lives and that kind of thing. So I had a lot of fun with the petals quilt. I really, really did. I'm super excited about that. Okay, I think that is going to wrap it up for today, because, so give us a like or a thumbs up or a heart. I think if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so that you get all of the updates and the pattern stuff and all the stuff the crazy projects that we're working on and the stuff we're working on together. I am so excited for this petals quilt. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to take these with me so that I can find a background square. So I think we're going to look for a background color. I think we are going to take Madeline's advice and look for something like a light blue or maybe a lavender. We'll see what's going to be fun with everything. I'm thinking a lavender, but we'll see. It's going to be so fun and beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be. I want to do a Christmas wall hanging this year. Okay, And I love this wall hanging because it's a little bit bigger. And this year, I love these colors. The one that I did, I'll pull it out. The one that I did this past year in 2024, it was more brighter colors, and this was more like golds and like deeper reds. I love this one. I really love this one. So I think the one that we do for 2025, there. I think the one that we do for 2025 will be more of these types of colors, because this one was just one of my favorites. Love it. Okay, guys, thank you for coming by. Thanks for being in my sewing room. I hope you had a little bit of a fun time. We made a little bit of order, thank goodness. We're taking Steve to the golf shop, and we're going to have some barbecue. Happy Father's Day if you're on here and you're a dad. If you have a dad, or if you know a dad, go and wish them a happy Father's Day. And love you guys. Don't forget, only a 1/4 inch seam. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share the channel out so people come. We have plenty of stools here. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.